Radio Network. Coming up, we'll deliver a full recap of today's game, including highlights from the biggest moments. Listen to Mike Shildt's post-game comments. Plus, we'll bring you today's play of the game. From the Padres Radio Network, here's Sam Levitt.
Now the 2-2. Turner swings and misses. Strike three. On pitch 10, it's heater, take a seater. And the Padres come back to beat the Cubs 8-7 on a wild, wacky, windy Sunday at Wrigley Field.
It wasn't pretty, it wasn't easy, but it was a dub. The Padres escape Chicago with a win. They take the series finale from the Chicago Cubs by a final score of 8-7 on this Sunday afternoon. Sam Levitt with you on our Jamul Casino Resort post-game show. Hey, player, when it comes to giving you what you want, Jamul Casino Resort isn't playing around. It's way more than a place to game. It's a place where you can stay and play in every possible way. Jamul Casino Resort, the player's place. A lot to do on our post-game coverage on this Sunday, a beautiful Sunday here in America's finest city. We'll hear from Padres manager Mike Shildt coming up in a little bit. We have all the radio highlights for you, take your phone calls, and much, much more to get to. But this was a very, in my opinion, very impressive win for the San Diego Padres, and really emblematic of two things. Emblematic of what we saw on the homestand, toughness, great doing things to win a game, although the first couple of innings were not pretty whatsoever. It was sort of a continuation of what we saw the first two games of this series, and it's a win on the road that really reminds you of last year. And we talked about it a lot during the homestand. I don't want to be talking about this all year, relating things back to last year in the second half in particular. But this was the kind of game last year the Padres often in the second half won. On the road, close, they trailed. You never felt like they were out of a game. They sort of chipped their way back into it, came up with a big hit or two late, and found a way to win it. And that's what this game was today. We have plenty of time to get into the first couple of innings. Kyle Hart start, what happened with Logan Gillespie in the first inning, Ben Brown starting for the Cubs. First couple of innings, really, for both teams, there was a lot to forget. But the Padres trailed 7-3 after two innings today, and they did a good job in two departments. They did a good job chipping away, making it a one-run game, and then having timely hitting to tie the game and getting fortuitous in the ninth inning. But also the Padres bullpen, when it was a 7-3 game, guess what? They kept it right there. This never got more than a 4-run deficit, and the Cubs sat at 7 runs from the end of the second until the end of the game. They did not score another run. Padres trailed 7-3 heading into the third. In the fourth inning, Jackson Merrill 2-run home run, that makes it 7-5. Luis Arraez RBI single in the fifth inning, that makes it 7-6. Then the game stayed a 1-run game for a while. Gavin Sheets, another great moment, game-tying RBI single in the eighth inning to make it 7-7. And look, Padres took advantage in the ninth inning of a bad play by Justin Turner at first base. That should have been an inning-ending double play to keep the game tied and get the Cubs out of the inning. But just like the Cubs did in the first couple of games of this series and in the first couple of innings today, they took advantage of a lot of the Padres' miscues. Padres did the same to them in the ninth inning, took the 1-run lead, very fortuitous. A bounce goes their way essentially with the error at first base by Turner. That ball should have been caught, should have been a double play to end the inning and keep the game tied. And then Robert Suarez, to his credit, comes in a 1-2-3 ninth inning. Not an easy task whatsoever. He had to face 2, 3, and 4 in the Cubs lineup, and the Padres get an 8-7 win to salvage the finale of this 3-game set. They'll head on to Sacramento. And you know what? I know it was an ugly couple of days in Chicago, Friday and Saturday, both with the weather and kind of the brand of baseball the Padres played was not nearly as clean and beautiful as the homestand was. Bottom line is this: 10 games in, Padres are 8-2, and this feels a lot better heading to Sacramento 8-2 than getting swept by the Cubs and heading to Sacramento 7-3. And for a while today, it looked like that was going to be the case. Like the Padres were going to get swept, like they were going to head to Sacramento, sort of feeling like a lot of the momentum they built in the first week had evaporated, but instead, really good win here today, and they head to Sacramento 8-2. We'll recap what was a wild, wacky game from start to finish when we come back on the Padres Radio Network. San Diego studios. Very nice win for the Padres on this Sunday as they win the final game of this 3-game series in Chicago. Padres winning it 8-7. Padres now 8-2 on this young season. Cubs drop to 7-5. We'll go back to Wrigley Field, hear from Padres manager Mike Shildt coming up in just a little bit, so stay tuned for that. We'll take your phone calls coming up a little bit later as well. Our out-of-town scoreboard, catch of the game, play of the game, all that good stuff coming up in the next handful of minutes. Not handful of minutes, but the next 10, 20, 30 minutes. You know the deal here on the post game if you tune in regularly. This was a wild game, a wacky game, a weird game, but for the Padres ended up being a really, really nice game and a really, really nice win. Let's recap it from start to finish.
Which moments determine the outcome of today's game? We'll paint you a picture with our game highlights on the Padres Radio Network.
The Padres had a very productive top of the first inning. They got a ton of help, though, from Cubs starter Ben Brown. We'll start there. Brown walked Fernando Tatis Jr. to begin the game. Luis Ariz reached on a bunt single. Manny Machado walked to load the bases. Brown struck out Jackson Merrill, but he then hit Jake Cronenworth in the ribs with a 2-1 pitch that brought in a run. So it was a 1-0 San Diego. Xander Bogaerts was next.
1-0. Bogart swings, chops it over the mound. Brown to his left has it. Jump throw to first, no chance. An infield single for Xander Bogaerts. Ariz scores the second run of the inning, and the Padres take a 2-0 lead.
After Gavin Shildt struck out, Jason Hayward then walked with the bases loaded. That brought in a run. It was 3-0 San Diego. Padres scoring 3 runs in the opening frame. They didn't have a single batted ball leave the infield. So the Padres early on today were living right. Now, on to the bottom of the first inning. Kyle Hart took the mound with a 3-0 lead. He walked the first 2 batters. Kyle Tucker dug in.
Now he kicks and deals, and a hard hit grounder fair up the right field line. It'll kick off that short wall and get out to Fernando. Happ scores. Suzuki will be held at third as the throw comes into second base. It's an RBI single for Kyle Tucker, and the Cubs are on the board. It's 3-1.
Justin Turner then hit a sac fly to right. That scored Seiya Suzuki from third. It was 3-2. Unfortunately, that was just the start of the trouble. Dansby Swanson walked to put 2 on base. Nico Horner was next.
3-2 again to Nico Horner. It's the 10th pitch of the at-bat. Swung on, hit hard on the ground up the middle. Bogarts dives, has it go off his glove, trickle into center field. Tucker going to come in from second to score the tying run, and it's 3-3 here in the bottom of the first.
A 3-3 game. Hart would get an out on a fielder's choice, but a walk in the inning. Another walk. 4th batter he walked that inning, loaded the bases again. That was it for Kyle Hart. He threw 39 pitches in this game and got 2 outs. Could not get out of the first inning. Logan Gillespie came in with the bases loaded. Gillespie committed 2 balks with Carson Kelly at the plate. Yes, 2 balks. They both brought home runs. The Cubs had a 5-3 lead. Maybe we'll get a little bit deeper into Gillespie and the balks and what actually happened. I'm sure Mike Shildt was asked about it after the game as well. But for now, just know he balked twice. 2 runs came in. It was a 5-run first inning for the Cubbies. They had a 5-3 lead. So let's recap that first inning combined because it was ridiculous. It took 46 minutes. 18 batters came to the plate, 7 walks combined, 2 balks, 3 infield hits, a hit by pitch, and between the two teams, 8 runs scored in the first inning alone. Moving on, bottom of the second, Logan Gillespie back to work. He gave up a leadoff single to Ian Happ. Later in the inning, it was Kyle Tucker.
0-2, swung on, hit in the air to deep right field. Fernando going back. He's at the wall, looking up. It's going to go. Kyle Tucker's first Wrigley home run as a Cub is a 2-run shot here in the second inning.
The Cubs had a 7-3 lead heading to the top of the 4th inning. Ben Brown settled in, got the first 2 outs of the inning, but then Manny Machado hit a 2-out single. That set the table for Jackson Merrill.
So Manny at first 2 outs, 1-0 to Merrill. Here's the pitch. And Jackson sends it in the air to straightaway center. It's deep. Crow Armstrong back on the warning track at the wall. This one going to go. 2-run homer, Jackson Merrill. 3rd of the year, and don't go anywhere. It's now 7-5.
On to the top of the 5th inning after Merrill hit his 3rd home run of the year to make it a 2-run game. Caleb Thielbar on the mound for Chicago. He got the first 2 outs, but then walked Elias Diaz. He walked Fernando Tatis Jr. So there were 2 on with 2 out for Luis Arraez.
The pitch to Arraez, swung on, hit through the right side and a base hit. Diaz rumbling around third, being waved. Tucker comes up throwing. It will be cut by Turner. An RBI single for Luis Arraez, and now a 1-run game here in the 5th.
It would stay a 1-run game for a while. Logan Gillespie and Adrian Morejon combining for a scoreless bottom of the 5th inning. Morejon pitched the scoreless bottom half of the 6th inning, but the Padres weren't pulling even for the moment. Julian Merriweather pitched the scoreless top of the 6th. Brad Keller did the same in the 7th. Jeremiah Estrada pitched the scoreless bottom half of the 7th inning. So we went to the 8th inning. Padres still down 7-6. Cubs righty Porter Hodge came in. Hodge walked Jackson Merrill on 4 pitches to start the inning. Merrill would steal second base. He was still on second with 2 men away. To that point, the Padres were just 2 for 13 today with runners in scoring position. Gavin Shildt dug in with a chance to tie.
0-1 to Shildt, swung on line over the head of the second baseman, Horner into right field. Merrill racing around third. He's going to score. RBI single, Gavin Shildt, and 7-7 here in the 8th.
We had a tie game going to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Jason Adam allowed a leadoff infield single. That runner was bunted over to second, representing the go-ahead run. Cubs would move that runner to third base, but Adam stranded the go-ahead run there. So we were still tied at 7-7. Going to the top of the 9th inning, Cubs closer Ryan Presley came on. Presley walked the number 9 batter, Elias Diaz, to start the frame. Brandon Lockridge pinch ran. Fernando Tatis Jr. hit into a fielder's choice to replace Lockridge at first base. Luis Arai singled his 4th hit of the day. So Tatis went to second. Padres had runners on first and second, 1 out. Manny Machado stepped in.
7-7 game in the 9th inning. Manny swings, hits it on the ground to the left side. Swanson has it to second one. Warner's turned to first low and not handled by Turner. Tatis racing home. He will score. Should have been a double play to end the inning, but instead the Padres lead for the first time since the top of the first. It's 8-7.
It was an error on Justin Turner. Catchable throw at first base. Should have been a double play. Inning should have been over. Should have still been a 7-7 game, but instead, Padres got the go-ahead run. They had an 8-7 lead going to the bottom half of the 9th inning. Robert Suarez came on. He had to face the heart of the Cubs lineup, Suzuki, Tucker, and Turner. He struck out Seiya Suzuki. He got a fly out from Kyle Tucker. And then Suarez had a battle with Justin Turner. Turner got behind 0-2. He fouled off pitch after pitch. The 10th pitch of the confrontation between Suarez and Turner turned out like this.
Now the 2-2. Turner swings and misses. Strike 3 on pitch 10. It's heater, take a seater. And the Padres come back to beat the Cubs 8-7 on a wild, wacky, windy Sunday at Wrigley Field.
Final totals for San Diego: 8 runs, 13 hits, no errors for the Cubs. 7 runs, 6 hits, and 2 errors. Padres now 8-2. Cubs now 7-5. Jason Adam picked up the win. He's now 2-0. Losing pitcher was Ryan Presley, giving up the run in the 9th inning. Robert Suarez now 4 for 4 in save opportunities on the season. Well, step aside. When we come back, we'll hear from Padres manager Mike Shildt, get some of his post-game reaction. Final score today at Wrigley Field in Chicago: Padres 8, Cubs 7. This is the Padres Radio Network. Padres win it at Wrigley Field today. Final score, Padres 8 and the Cubs 7. Sam Levitt with you inside our San Diego studios, back here on our Jamul Casino Resort Padres postgame show here on the Padres Radio Network. Still a lot to do. We'll get to some of your phone calls coming up here in a little bit. 833-288-0973, phone number to call. As always, 833-288-0973, the phone number if you want to get involved here on our post-game coverage. Full look at the out-of-town scoreboard, catch the game, play of the game, all that good stuff coming your way. This was a wild, wacky game, and early on for the Padres, not a particularly pretty game. I mean, consider this. Padres walked 8 batters in this game. Cubs walked 8 batters in this game, so a combined 16 walks between the two teams. Padres left 14 on base. They were 3 for 16 with runners in scoring position, but you know what? You throw all those numbers out the window when you win the game, and that's what the Padres did today. Obviously, the first inning, Kyle Hart getting 2 outs, having to throw 39 pitches, not exactly the way that Kyle would draw it up. Logan Gillespie coming in, balking in a couple of runs. I'd be surprised if we don't hear about that from Mike Shildt, if somebody doesn't ask about what exactly the Padres understood about what Gillespie was actually doing on those 2 balks. We'll hear from Mike in just a moment. And then all the good stuff from this game. That was really 2 things, as I alluded to in the opening segment and in the game recap. Number one, the Padres did a great job today, trailing 7-3 after 2 innings. Scored 2 in the 5th inning, 1 in the 6th inning, big-time hit from Gavin Sheets to tie the game in the 8th inning, tied at 7, and then taking advantage of a gift and opportunities in the 9th inning to jump ahead 8-7. And the bullpen today, the work of, you know what? I know Logan Gillespie balked in the 2 runs. I know Gillespie gave up the 2-run home run to Tucker, but meanwhile, you look at it for Gillespie, innings 3, 4, and 5, he gave up nothing, and he kept it a 7-3 game, and Gillespie would end up throwing 63 pitches in this game. So I know Gillespie had some not great moments out there today, but you know what? You actually look at what he did, and he did a nice job after the home run. He really did. I mean, he's a part of this win today. And then the rest of the bullpen, Morejon, Estrada, Adam Suarez, 4 1/3 perfect innings out of the bullpen, 1 hit given up between the 4. So the bullpen, very, very good, keeping the deficit where it was, giving the Padres an opportunity to come back and win this game. Let's go back to the north side of Chicago at Wrigley Field and hear from Padres manager Mike Shildt.
Let's pull up a seat in the manager's office and hear from Padres manager Mike Shildt, served up by Sin Lee Food, where fresh meets flavor. Find farm fresh produce, bold Asian spices, and gourmet ingredients at 4665 El Cajon Boulevard. Sin Lee Food, the cook's Asian resource.
Mike, you guys made a living out of some pretty spectacular comebacks last year, but I just wonder, where does this one rank?
I don't know about last year. I mean, this year ranks pretty high. It's what we do. It's what this group does. It's grit squad in effect. We're going to compete regardless of circumstances, and always feel like we're in the ball game, and clearly displayed that today. A lot of heroes today.
Guys just kept creating chances. I know you always feel like your team's going to break through, but like this was just one of those where did you feel like, okay, one of these times it's going to?
Yeah, no, I absolutely felt that way. I mean, we think we all saw 170 something pitches. This is a very talented group, takes a lot of quality at bats, and just kept grinding, man. Kept battling, determined. Not pleased with the first 2 days, and we're going to come out of here and make sure we shook hands.
You could go back in the recesses of all your years in baseball, the first inning, all the things that were in there.
Yeah, that first inning was on both sides was pretty interesting. So we were opportunistic in the first inning, were patient and took what they gave us, and then they were equally or more opportunistic in the next inning and took what we gave them. It's not characteristic of our club. We don't like to give anything away in competition. Clearly just weren't very good to get things started, and but the bullpen was fantastic and gave us a chance.
Yeah, what can you say about the job the bullpen did today, covering the last 7 innings, particularly with Logan coming in?
Oh, Logan was great too. Listen, that's a tough spot to come into. You're sitting there. I don't want Hart to go really anywhere over 40. Also, just felt like Logan come in and stop it. Some interesting calls there. And he goes back out and he gets through the fifth inning. That's huge, kind of like a starter would do, and gave up the 2 runs. But man, he threw the ball great. Told him when he came out, "You won us a ball game today." And thinking about the bullpen, let's go back a couple of days and give Alec Jacobs some love. Alec being able to pick up some innings the last couple of days allowed our guys to stay fresh for today. So, he deserves some credit for the last 2 days' work as well. But then after that, Maury Hone great, finishing out the the fifth rather, grabbing the sixth. Estrada was really sharp. Jason made pitches when he had to. It was good. And then Suarez was really, really good at the end.
You mentioned the calls. Can you explain the first block to us? Was he pitching from the stretch when he said wind up, or what?
No, he you have to declare, and he declared wind up. And in his wind up, he stopped. And if you stop in your wind up in that situation, that's a rule by deceiving the batter. So it's a ball. And then he did it again.
How impressive is what Sheets did today with 3 Ks and then just 2 really solid?
Yeah, no, Sheets is he's one thing I like about all our group, and Dylan or Gavin Ruthers is indicative of it. It's all kind of indicative of the series. You talk about grinding, they're going to keep going. They're going to keep figuring it out. They're going to find a way. And, didn't get down himself. Nobody, was like, you got this. And, man, a couple of nice at-bats, big at-bats to help us out win the ballgame.
Jackson seems to believe he doesn't have his man strength yet. What are you seeing from him when the ball comes out this bat since spring training?
I'm looking forward to it when he really gets it. But, man, that's a big swing. We get up, boom, back down, 7-3. Guys are fighting. Big 2-run homer from Jackson, 7-5. Now we can start to smell it even more. But, yeah, Jackson, big swing, big part of the park. And then the stolen base is obviously big, too, later in the game. That was, we talked about Jackson's next steps, and he's starting to take some of the next steps in his overall game.
What's your view on the winning run?
What was it?
What was your view on the winning run? How did that unfold in your
Well, Toddy's over there, so he's lurking to make a play, and Manny busted out the box, makes him force it, try to turn the double play. So just good baseball on Manny's part to get after it.
How Manny's play overall?
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, man. That was a gold star in the fifth. That's about as good a play as you're going to see. Brooks Robin-esque right there. That was big league legend right there.
That was Padres manager Mike Shildt after this 8-7 win for the Padres against the Chicago Cubs. Sam Levitt back with you inside our San Diego studios. You heard Mike get asked about that play by Manny. We'll hear that call coming up a little bit later. Terrific defensive play in the fifth inning of this game by Manny Machado. You heard me before we went to Mike Shildt sort of wonder if we would get an explanation about the balks with Logan Gillespie, because it was confusing, really confusing in the first inning to understand what exactly Logan did. On the first one, I thought maybe what had happened is that Logan went out of the windup without declaring that to the umpiring crew, which he has to do with the bases loaded. But apparently he did dictate to the umpiring crew that he was going to go out of the windup. And he apparently on both of them, the first one and the second one, both balks, what he did was he was going out of the windup, which was fine. He had done the right thing there, but he stopped midway through the windup. And it is something in his windup. I don't know if he was just confused about whether he should be going out of the stretch or not, but I saw what Mike Shildt was talking about there. And actually I went back and just looked at the TV broadcast just to try to get a better understanding of it. If anybody else had another opinion on the TV broadcast, and Bob Scanlon was talking about it and kind of said the same thing, that when Gillespie was, coming out of the windup, he stopped about midway. And not only did he do it once, but then he did it again, and it was called the balk both times. You can't come to a full stop during your windup the way Gillespie did, is the way I understand it now, and kind of what Mike Shildt said there. So that was the reasoning for the balk calls on Logan Gillespie. Good news is that the Padres did not lose this game despite being so sloppy early on in the box and some of the defense and the walks and all of it. And again, I thought Mike Shildt pointing out the right things there. Logan Gillespie, was it a rough sequence there in the first inning? Yes. Was giving up the 2-run home run to Tucker in the second inning a tough moment? Yes. But you look after that, after it's a 7-3 game, third, fourth, and fifth innings for Gillespie scoreless. Bullpen did a great job after that between Morejon, Estrada, Adam, and Suarez. Jackson Merrill, the home run, got him right back in it to make it 7-5. How about this? Something I haven't mentioned all but once so far. Luis Arraez, 4 hits today, including the RBI single in the 6th inning to make it a 1-run game. So great to see Luis explode today with 4 hits. I'm sure that will not be the last 4-hit game we see from Luis this season. And just to show you how quick a batting average can turn around after today, Luis Arraez, that batting average, which was under 200 a couple of days ago, it's now back up to 256. So if this is a sign of Luis really starting to get it going, I am sure that batting average in short order will be above 300 once again. Because typically when Luis has a 4-hit game, they kind of come in bunches, we learned last year. So good day for Luis Arraez. Fernando Tatis Jr. Scored 2 runs in this game, really up and down the lineup offensively. It was a good day. Jackson Merrill, 2 hits. Jake Cronenworth, 2 hits. Sander Bogarts, 2 hits. Gavin Sheets had that big RBI single in the 8th inning. He had 2 hits today, and the Padres go on to win this game 8-7. We'll come back. We have our play of the game, catch of the game, full look at the out-of-town scoreboard, and we will get to your phone calls at 833-288-0973. Again, phone number 833-288-0973. Padres win it 8-7. They are 8-2 on this 2025 season. Postgame coverage continues after this. Welcome back to the Jamul Casino Resort post-game show, brought to you by the all-new Jamul Casino Resort, the Players' Place. Sam Levitt with you inside our San Diego studios. Final score on this Sunday, Padres 8 and the Cubs 7. Still a lot to do. We'll get to your phone calls here in a moment, 833-288-0973, as we wrap up and react to a nice win, a come-from-behind win for the Padres here today. They trailed 7-3 after 2 innings, scored 2 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, 1 in the 8th inning, and 1 in the 9th inning to ultimately go on and win this game 8-7. Some really nice defensive plays on both ends in this series. Some shaky defense from both teams in this series as well. But maybe the finest defensive play the Padres had in this series came in the 5th inning today. And guess who did it? Well, that guy at third base.
Which defensive play had the biggest impact on today's game?
He is at the wall, leaps up, and he makes the catch.
This is the catch of the game.
Gonna hang a star for Jackson Merrill.
Reeled in by Anthony's Fish Grotto La Mesa, celebrating 80 years of seafood excellence.
Steps back and fires the 2-2 to Turner. Hit on the ground at third. Manny backhands it near the line. Long throw across the body is in time. One away.
Knock it off. 1-3.
Manny Machado, a really, really nice defensive play. One of those kind of signature Manny plays where he backhands it. He's going across the foul line at third base, off balance, and somehow, some way, an absolutely perfect throw to Luis Arraez at first base. Great defensive play by Manny, and that was our catch of the game to get the first out in the 5th inning in this 8-7 Padres win. Military Sunday on the Padres Radio Network is presented by your San Diego Toyota Dealers Association. Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care no-cost maintenance standard, so you get peace of mind standard. Let's take a full look at the out-of-town scoreboard on this Sunday.
Let's take a trip around the bigs to highlight the scores that matter most with our out-of-town scoreboard. Presented by Jensen Premium Beef Patties. Always a hit for grilling.
We did have one game postponed today, Marlins and the Braves in Atlanta. They'll make that one up in August. Finals today. Rockies beat the A's 12-5 in Colorado. Chase Dollander won his major league debut. Highly touted pitching prospect for the Rockies. 5 solid innings. Picked up the win in his debut. Rockies win it against the A's 12-5. Rangers beat the Rays 4-3. In Arlington, Jonah Heim won that game for the Texas Rangers in the bottom half of the 9th inning. Heim an RBI single to win it by a final score of 4-3. Astros beat the Twins in 10, 9-7 in Minnesota. Jose Altuve drove in the go-ahead run with an RBI single in the top of the 10th inning. Brewers beat the Reds 8-2 in Milwaukee. Jackson Chourio, a 3-run home run in that game for the Brew Crew. Royals beat the Orioles 4-1 in Kansas City. Michael Massey, a 2-run double in that game for KC. Mets beat the Blue Jays 2-1 in New York. Mets swept the Blue Jays in a 3-game series at Citi Field. Tigers beat the White Sox 4-3 in Detroit. Spencer Torkelson, a 2-run walk-off double in that game in the bottom half of the 9th inning for the Tigers. Doubleheader today in Boston at Fenway Park. Red Sox beat the Cardinals 5-4 in Boston. Wilyer Abreu won that game for the Red Sox in the bottom half of the 10th inning. RBI single to win it in extras. Pirates beat the Yankees 5-4 in Pittsburgh in 11. Tommy Pham, walk-off RBI single for the Pirates in the bottom half of the 11th inning to beat the Yankees. Phillies beat the Dodgers 8-7 in Philadelphia. Nick Castellanos hit a go-ahead grand slam in that game to put the Phillies on top. That grand slam for the Phillies coming in the bottom half of the 3rd. And again, they go on to win that game by a final score of 8-7. Nationals beat the Diamondbacks 5-4 in D.C. Games going on right now. Giants ahead of the Mariners 4-3 in the top of the 9th inning in San Francisco. Angels beating the Guardians 6-2 in the 9th inning in Anaheim. And one more game coming up, game 2 of that doubleheader at Fenway Park today. Red Sox and the Cardinals at 4 p.m. in Boston. And that is a full look at the out-of-town scoreboard on this Sunday. All right, let's go to the phones. 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. As always, the phone number to call as the Padres win this game 8-7 against the Cubs to salvage the finale of this 3-game set. Padres head to Sacramento with a record of 8-2. We go to Spring Valley. It's Wyatt calling in. Wyatt, you're on the Padres radio network. How are you?
I'm good. Good afternoon. What a great game the Padres and Cubs turned out to be today. It was a gritty win. These are the Mike Shildt Padres that we know and love. Game's not over in the first inning. They know they have 8 more innings left of baseball to play. And, man, they used up all the last 8 innings to come back. And they did, and it was great. Jackson Merrill continues to put the team on his back when the lights are dim with that 2-run home run to kind of spark a fire in the dugout. Padres going back to what they did in their opening series. What made them 7-0 is that they were capitalizing on other teams' mistakes. They were able to do so today. So it wasn't just coming back from a score situation. It was also coming back from such a weird start to the game too, with the Gillespie Balk scenario. And again, just some weird defensive plays throughout the whole series, really, from some players who don't normally make weird defensive plays. So thank you for taking my call.
Yeah, you got it, Wyatt. Good phone call. You hit on all the points. Nice win, gritty win, very reminiscent of what they did on the opening homestand from a toughness, grit standpoint, grit squad, as Mike Shildt likes to say, and they found a way. And bullpen did a good job holding the deficit where it was. Jackson Merrill, great moment, kind of sparking the comeback, making it 7-5. Another great moment for Jackson, who continues his terrific start to his sophomore season. Wyatt, all the way around. Good points. I'm with you on all of them pretty much. Let's go to Ryan calling in. Ryan, you're on the Jamul Casino Resort Padres postgame show. Go ahead.
Hey, Sammy. I don't know what changed from the first 2 series, but just the number of self-inflicted wounds like the walks, the balks, and the errors.
Yep.
I don't know what changed this series, but hey, they got the win today, so that's all that matters. Let's just keep this thing going.
Yeah, look, no doubt about it, Ryan. Even today, it was not the same kind of baseball they played during that homestand. 8 walks, the balks, some of the defense in this series. Yeah, it was not particularly sharp. You'd like the Padres to play sharper, cleaner, crisper baseball in Sacramento, but you don't complain about wins, and that's what the Padres got today. And again, even though the last couple of days in this series as a whole, it was not the best baseball we've seen the Padres play on this young season, you zoom out a little bit, you're 10 games in, they're 8-2, you go to Sacramento, you try to get a series win, you come home with hopefully at least a 500 road trip. So Ryan, you're right. It was not the same kind of baseball they played at home. But it's an 162-game season. It's going to be kind of unrealistic for the Padres to play as well as they did all the way around during that first homestand. You hope it doesn't. You hope there aren't a ton of games that end up like the last 3 in Chicago from a walks perspective, from kind of a sloppiness perspective. But here today, they found a way to come back and win it, and you'll certainly take with it and run with it to Sacramento. Well, step aside. If you want to get another phone call in, you can. 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. When we come back, our play of the game, wrap things up, get you ready for tomorrow on the Padres Radio Network. Padres win it 8-7 against the Chicago Cubs on this Sunday. Sam Levitt back with you inside our San Diego studios as we continue our Jamul Casino Resort Padres postgame show here on the Padres Radio Network. Padres now 8-2 on this still very young 2025 season. They head to Sacramento after today's game, begin a 3-game series against the A's in Sacramento tomorrow. We'll have more on that coming up in just a few minutes. First, let's hear our play of today's win.
The line between winning and losing can be razor thin. Which play was the difference between victory and defeat? This is today's play of the game, presented by Bill Howe Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
7-7 game in the 9th inning. And he swings, hits it on the ground to the left side. Swanson has it to second one. Horner's turned to first low and not handled by Turner. Tatis racing home. He will score. Should have been a double play to end the inning. But instead, the Padres lead for the first time since the top of the first. It's 8-7.
Our play of the game today, no doubt about it. The way the Padres scored that go-ahead run in the 9th inning to make it 8-7. 2 runners on base. Manny Machado hitting a ground ball to the left side. Shortstop Swanson got it to Horner at second base for the force out. Not perfect throw by Nico Horner, but not a bad throw. Justin Turner having to lunge for it, never hit the dirt. And quite frankly, a ball that Justin Turner at first base should have caught, and the inning should have been over, should have stayed a tie game, but instead, Turner did not catch it cleanly. He dropped it. Run came in for the Padres, and that way it was an 8-7 game. And I think I said, did I say runners on first and second? I meant first and third for the Padres in that inning. Tatis on third base. So he came in, scored the go-ahead run, and that's the way the Padres took the lead. The error at first base by Justin Turner, and Padres go on to win by that final score. Robert Suarez, a very good job in the 9th inning, had to face the heart of the Cubs lineup. Suzuki, Tucker, and Turner struck out Suzuki. Tucker flew out, and then a real battle with Justin Turner, 10 pitches, and ultimately Robert Suarez won it, struck him out, a 1-2-3. 9th inning for Robert Suarez. As the Padres come from behind, they trailed 7-3 after 2 innings today. Again, they scored 2 in the 4th inning on the Jackson Merrill 2-run home run, 1 in the 5th inning on a Luis Arraez RBI single. He would have 4 hits today, 1 in the 8th inning. Gavin Sheets, a big-time 2-out RBI single to tie the game at 7. And what you just heard, our play of the game, the way the Padres took an 8-7 lead in the 9th inning. Bullpen today really good as well. Logan Gillespie did give up 2 runs that were charged against him. He did allow 2 inherited runners to score in the 1st inning, not a couple of balks, kind of a weird situation there. But to his credit, Gillespie settled in after the 2nd, scoreless 3rd, scoreless 4th, scoreless 5th. And then Adrian Morahone came in, got the final out of the 5th inning, got the 3 outs in the 6th inning. Jeremiah Estrada, a scoreless 7th inning. Jason Adam, a scoreless 8th inning. And Suarez, the save in the 9th inning. Taking a look ahead to tomorrow, Padres will move on with their 8-2 record to Sacramento, California. First time the Padres will ever go to Sacramento, where they will take on the A's tomorrow in game 1 of a 3-game series. Tomorrow, Tuesday, and Wednesday in Sacramento. First pitch tomorrow in Sacramento at 7:05 p.m. Our Eco Water SoCal Padres pregame show will begin at 6:05. Pitching matchup tomorrow: on the mound for the Padres, right-hander Michael King, and on the mound for the A's, left-hander Luis Severino. As the Padres, they make a bit of Padres history tomorrow, going up to Sacramento and playing their first ever game against the A's there at Sutter Health Park in Sacramento. As always, if you missed any portion of our post-game coverage, you can go back and listen to any or all of it on the Inside San Diego Baseball podcast feed, available on the Odyssey app or wherever you find your podcasts, or you can go on the 97.3 The Fan YouTube channel and watch any portion of our post-game coverage there as well. Taking a look at the final totals here today for the Padres: 8 runs, 13 hits, no errors. They left on 14. For the Cubs, 7 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors. They left on 6. Winning pitcher today, Jason Adam, who improves to 2-0. Losing pitcher, Ryan Presley, who drops to 0-1. And the save goes to Robert Suarez, his 4th of 2025. Time of game, 3 hours and 16 minutes, and the crowd at Wrigley Field in Chicago, 33,941. Once again, first pitch tomorrow at 7:05 p.m. Our pregame coverage begins at 6:05. Until then, for our great studio coordinator, Frank Marchese, I'm Sam Levitt saying so long from inside our San Diego studios. Again, the final score at Wrigley Field today, the San Diego Padres 8 and the Chicago Cubs 7. We'll talk to you tomorrow on the Padres Radio Network. Have a great rest of your Sunday.